right, Rhino. It's ready for the cake.
Thank you.
Very welcome. Discipline is everything. Ryan's super disciplined. One day he says, hey, you gotta cut down on this, cut down on that. It goes down to him and how he's gonna cut his weight and how he's feeling.
Food's damn good. Carlos makes some good food. Weight's coming off, my body's performing well, and we're all doing a great job collaborating together to get the best result possible.
For dinner tonight, we got some real nice beef tenderloin, AKA fillets. That's right, got a little mashed potatoes. We got our mushroom mix right here. We're gonna saute them with a little butter. We got our broccoli all blanched off. We're ready to fry everything. You have all the elements that he needs to be a top athlete.
I just monitor my eating, keep assessing myself every time I take a bite, see if it worked, if it was enough, if it wasn't enough, and then make adjustments.
You gotta evaluate yourself and master yourself, because nobody's gonna know you're.
Inside Ryan Garcia's camp, the noise fades away and the routine takes over. Every morning starts with the same goal: become sharper, faster, and more prepared for Conor Benn than ever before.
I mean, I opened up as the underdog, and it just felt like they just don't see my skills, and it's been that way for a long time since coming up. You know, they see the knockout, to see what I do, but they don't know how I'm doing it, so they never really rate me too well, you know, and that's fine. I have my style, and I'm confident against anybody, and just gonna keep on shocking people.
I'm a brave soul. Brave soul, and I'm somebody that you could trust to always speak up with the justices and try to be the best leader I could possibly be, admit my wrongs, but also, you know, fight for what I believe in.
I see perfection, and I'm telling you, it's dangerous for the other guy because I see that he's a complete boxer. I told you yesterday that he was talking about his body structure, you know, what it means to him, and now he knows that this is the way he has to be going into the ring. I've never heard that before. So I told him, you know what, that's a breakthrough. This is like, it makes you now a complete fighter.
Ryan moves through conditioning drills, explosive pad work, technical combinations, and footwork exercises built to keep him dangerous while stopping Benn from trapping him along the ropes. The intensity stays high, but the real edge comes from the focus on small details.
For Ryan, the truth is it doesn't matter because he's too disciplined to let the weight or the next day weigh-in be a problem for him.
You think it's just a working out thing, but it's more of a mental battle. And Ryan's so accustomed to it at this point that I truly don't believe it's going to affect him in any way. He just has a mission and he knows what he needs to accomplish.
It's pretty much the same process, getting down to 140 and then understanding when you got to make that final cut. You don't want to do it too early because it's tough living in dehydration. That's why you have to pay attention to every moment, how much water intake, just so you can balance and make things a little bit more easier for yourself.
Combination carries a clear intention. Every move is repeated until it becomes second nature, and each round is handled like another part of the puzzle leading to September 12th. The left hook remains one of Ryan's biggest threats, but the camp is clearly about shaping a complete fighter around it, sharpening his right hand, improving his body attacks, and making sure his reactions stay sharp when Benn presses forward.
You know, my dad created a shed for us to train in. It was like a little barn. It was funny, you know. I was always seen as somebody that was destined to make it. In my family, they just always felt like I was gonna have an impact on boxing. There's been times in my life that I've said to myself, you better push it, you better win. Like my mom and dad, they gave their whole salary to this one tournament. We drove all the way over there. It was cross country. And I said to myself, if I lose in this tournament and I gotta do this long ride back home, this is gonna be torture. So I swear on my life, nobody was beating me. And I actually fought a southpaw. Guess what I did to him? Punished him. And came back with the national title. So that was good.
What takes place between sessions? Ryan's nutrition must match the workload, with carefully planned meals designed to sustain his energy while helping him hit the required weight without losing strength. Protein, carbs, vegetables, and fluids become part of the daily pattern, with every meal serving a purpose beyond just filling hunger. There is no space for careless choices when a world title is at stake. Training, recovery, nutrition, rest, repeat. That is the existence of a fighter deep inside camp. While Conor Benn prepares to close distance and turn the bout into a physical war, Ryan Garcia is building the conditioning and accuracy needed to ensure that pressure never becomes comfortable. The cameras may record the punches, but the true preparation happens in the quiet moments that go unnoticed.
While Conor Benn is preparing to close the distance and turn the fight into a physical battle, Ryan Garcia is building the conditioning and precision needed to keep that pressure from ever becoming comfortable. The cameras may capture the punches, but the real preparation happens in all the quiet moments nobody sees.
The workout footage shows Ryan Garcia polishing every detail for Conor Benn. But the conversation around this fight gets far more interesting when Talk Sport starts questioning whether Benn's biggest strength could also become his biggest weakness. Duke McKenzie immediately targeted the 147-pound issue, arguing that Benn has not competed at that weight for years and that making it could strip away the very explosiveness he needs to challenge Ryan. Spencer Oliver pushed that argument even further, pointing back to the Regis Prograis fight and suggesting the power simply was not the same at 150.
I don't think Conor Benn's going to be physically strong enough, because I think he'd be weight drained. I'm not making excuses for him, you understand, but I think he'd be weight drained before the fight, because I think they don't have a weight stipulation where they can put on as much as they want after the weigh-in. Even if you're eating all night long. Yeah, even if you're eating all night long, you still only so much weight you can put on. Let's just say he puts on a stone overnight and he goes into the fight at 154. Still ain't going to be strong enough, because Garcia ain't a small guy.
161, yeah.
Sorry, Garcia's not a small guy. Why? Garcia's a big one.
And honestly, that is the big concern sitting at the center of this whole matchup. Benn can talk about pressure all day, but pressure without the same physical force is a completely different matter. Then Duke made another point that stood out. World-level power is not the same as power at British level. That is where the conversation turns serious, because Ryan Garcia is not just another opponent standing across from Benn. He is a world champion with speed that can punish even the smallest mistake. But Spencer was not completely dismissing Benn either. He reminded everyone that Ryan has shown flat performances before, meaning the right version of Conor absolutely has a chance if he brings his best form.
British level is not power at weight level.
Absolutely.
The power at weight level is totally different. You can get fighters who are not really the biggest of punchers at weight level, but they're at world title level, the world champions, and they can crack, and they're not known as big punchers, but you feel that power. They can punch. There's a difference in the power.
If Conor would have beaten Jack Catchell, as an example, or other top line fighters at that weight, 4, 5, 6 guys maybe, or 3, 4 guys at that weight, in the run-up to this fight, then you'd go, you know what, the boy's got off.
Then Simon Jordan added another layer, suggesting Ben could potentially have the weight issue hanging over him if things go wrong. That is the pressure. Ben has to make 147, perform at 147, and prove he can still carry his best weapons there. Yet Simon also defended Ben's ability and called him an exciting, unpredictable fighter who can turn this into a real spectacle. So now we have two completely different narratives colliding. Ryan has the tools, Ben has the danger, and September 12th decides everything.
Right, but what he's fighting now is a young, much improved Ryan Garcia, who's world champion.
But notwithstanding all of that, whatever we do or don't think about the matchmaking that's enabled Conor to do so well, he's an exciting fighter, and it will be an exciting fight with Garcia because he brings his own brand of excitement and opportunity to observe.
The Talk Sport panel gave us plenty to debate about Conor Benn's chances. But Paulie Malignaggi took that conversation and basically threw it out the window. When Paulie was asked directly about Ryan Garcia versus Ben, there was no hesitation at all. He said he does not see this fight making it to 6 rounds. And honestly, that is about as confident as you can get without already knowing the result. Paulie is not just giving Ryan the edge because of speed either. He is talking about a completely different level of skill and power. And that is where his prediction gets interesting. He believes Ryan, especially now that he carries the WBC belt, has another level of responsibility pushing him to perform. And I actually agree with that part. A champion walking into a fight against a dangerous name like Ben has a chance to make a statement. And Ryan knows exactly what kind of attention this fight will bring.
Can I just push you on Garcia, Ben? I mean, a lot of people saying that Garcia is too skilled.
Ryan knocks him out. The fight doesn't go 6 rounds, in my opinion. Ryan knocks him out.
Why is that? Is that the disparity in skill? Or?
Yeah, I mean, disparity in skill, disparity in power. I don't think Conor Benn's that good, bro. I think it's obvious he's not that good, but, Ryan Garcia is a very good fighter. When he's motivated and he's pushing himself.
But Paulie's biggest point was brutal. Ben has the name, the personality, the pressure, the fan base, but Paulie simply does not believe the ability matches the spotlight. That is a massive claim because Ben is not walking into this fight without experience or confidence. We have already heard Ben say he has been completely locked in, training constantly, and preparing for the best version of Ryan. So now the question becomes whether all that discipline can close what Paulie believes is a huge talent gap. And here is where I would not get carried away. Ryan's speed and left hook can change a fight instantly, but Ben's pressure could still create problems if he gets inside early. Ryan sees a statement victory. Ben sees the biggest opportunity of his career. Ryan sees a chance to remind everyone why he is the champion. At this point, everyone has picked a side, and September 12th is where we find out who was reading this fight correctly.
Champion Ryan will understand the responsibility on his shoulders as well to elevate his game. He's already at a very good level. He's already a very good fighter. But this fight is an opportunity for him to make a statement because he's fighting a guy who's got a big name, but also a guy who probably doesn't belong in the ring with him. And so I think he's got a chance to do something of a statement in this fight by getting, a massive destructive type of victory. And I think that's probably what.
The more I hear from both sides, the more I keep coming back to one question. Can Conor Benn actually force Ryan Garcia to fight his fight? Because if he cannot, I think this could become a very long night for Ben. And that is where Paulie's prediction starts making sense. Ryan does not need to chase Ben around the ring throwing everything he has. He can simply use that speed, touch him with the jab, change angles, and wait for Ben to overcommit. The problem for Conor is that patience is exactly what you need when you are facing someone this explosive. And we have already heard how dangerous Ryan's left hook can be. Talk Sports discussion about distance was important because this matchup could completely change depending on where the exchanges happen. At mid-range, Ryan's speed gives him a huge advantage. But once Ben gets chest to chest and starts making things physical, suddenly Ryan has a different problem to solve.
At the peak of his powers, if he can deliver that sort of performance, then of course he's got a shot, because we've seen Ryan Garcia, you know, against Mario Barrios. He didn't look particularly good. He looked very flat in that fight. So we've seen him when he's not looked particularly good. So of course he has an opportunity, but can he carry that power at 147? Is he that fighter at 147? We all know what happens.
I think Conor's entire strategy has to be built around that. He cannot afford to spend rounds trying to prove he can match Ryan's speed. That is a terrible bargain. Get inside, make Ryan work, attack the body, disrupt his rhythm, then make him fight again before he can reset. But here is my prediction. I think Ryan eventually finds the timing. Ben will have moments, probably enough to remind everyone why this fight was worth making. But Ryan's explosiveness is the difference. The longer the fight goes, the more opportunities Garcia gets to read Ben's entries. And once that left hook starts finding its target, everything changes. I do not necessarily expect the exact early stoppage Paulie predicted, but I do see Ryan taking control and forcing a stoppage in the middle rounds. Ben has the heart and determination, but Ryan has too many weapons. My pick is Ryan Garcia by stoppage around rounds 5 to 7.
Did he quit?
Do you think he's a quitter? I guess.
Did he quit? As a fighter, I can say he did.
Yeah.
With Rolly, did he go in his shell once he got clipped? You know, so he did. You know, and that's our DNA is just different. Our makeup's completely different. You know, I'm gonna go out swinging and I'm gonna go out on my shield always. You know, I'll stand there and have it with you.
All right, everyone, stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Knockout today and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.